Gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a podium a singing anthem. Red stripe, watcha. Ban shall I be the forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal when I run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run the marathon boy. Them wish I never made it that the champion boy fan. Nah man I don't a songsters boy.
The Harbourview Mini Stadium is the venue tonight for Red Stripe Football Mondays, and the second round of the 2019-2020 season will be ending tonight. Round 22, Mount Pleasant and their fans, hundreds of them from St. Anne, turning up tonight to take on a Harbourview team that they have not in the past dominated really. So from that standpoint, we're expecting a tough match. But at the moment, Mount Pleasant are joint leaders on points. Harbourview are number 9. So we have to think, George, that Harbourview will have some trouble tonight.
Yes, indeed. They have a new coach. Lolo Bernard says he's only spent a few days with the players. It's a case of 3 T's, Lance. Harbourview experiencing turmoil and tumult. And the question is, can Mount Pleasant turn that into trauma by taking the 3 points tonight?
Yeah, well, this match, as we said, will close off the 22nd round of matches in the Red Stripe Premier League for 2019-2020. Here are the results from Sunday's matches. Dunbeholden, one of the rising teams, improving in the past couple of weeks, 0-0 with UWI, who are winless from their last 10 games now. Portmore United returning to winning form, 2-0 over Arnett Garns, getting goals from Ricardo Morris and Shivani Willis. Vere United 0-0 with Waterhouse. Waterhouse, leaders for a long period in the first and second round, dipping their form is just 1 win in the last 8 matches, held 0-0 at Vere. Humberland beaten 3-0 by Tivoli Gardens, who are charging up toward a playoff spot. Cavalier, they were hot last night, defeating Malines by 4-0. A huge result there for the Cavalier team, and they rebounded well from the 2-0 loss they had last week to Dunbeholden.
In November last year, I saw one of the Portmore United cornerstones, Horace Reed, who said, George, don't worry, we've lost several of our best players. You can't expect the team to be playing well with those best players gone. Well, those best players, some of them have returned. Expect Portmore United to climb their way, if not clamber up the ladder, to be among the front runners to win the regular season, if it is at all possible from here on in.
Yeah, look at where Harbourview is. They're number 9 at the moment. If they win tonight, they'll move up to 29 points. And that would mean that the cluster of teams between 3rd, Arnett on 34, and Harbourview, if they win, on 29, 5 points will be separating 3rd from 9th. So, George, although Waterhouse and Mount Pleasant look fairly comfortable at the top, and UW and Vere look riveted to the bottom spots, those playoff spots are still very, very much there for the taking.
Save for the top 2, who have a 6-point cushion above the rest. Everybody else is in a phantom position. It's not a real position of strength. Arnett Garns aren't really 3rd, or Humberland aren't really 4th, and Cavalier aren't really outside of the playoff places, because everything is within arm's reach. It's typical of how a table at this stage of a season in a competitive league looks, and everything is possible for everybody except UWI and Veerlands, who are beneath the trapdoor, which is a place you don't want to be.
Oh, that's certainly so for UW and Vere, both winning just one of their last 21 matches. Last 3 meetings between Mount Pleasant and Harbourview, we have 2 Harbourview victories and 1 Mount Pleasant victory. There was a 4th meeting between these 2 teams earlier on last year, which was won by Mount Pleasant. So head-to-head at the moment, from 4 meetings, 2 Mount Pleasant wins, 2 Harbourview wins, but the most recent results have favoured the Harbourview team.
Yeah, logic doesn't work really in horse racing, but it works in football more often, and there have been goals in each of the last 3 encounters between these teams, suggesting that there should be goals tonight. There are some informed players attacking-wise on the Mount Pleasant team, and there are some really bright and sharp young attackers on the Harbourview team. I expect goals tonight. I can't say, though, that the home team has the superior firepower in the head-to-head showdown.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant have been solid both in attack and in defence so far this season. That is why they're joint top of the table on points, and they're coming here looking for 3 points. Harbourview, they're struggling. They haven't been getting good results. They haven't been scoring many goals. They have been conceding more goals than most teams in the league, and they must improve tonight.
Yeah, expect a boost in Harbourview's fortunes tonight. There are some players who I've seen in the stands under the previous regime who have now seemingly been liberated, let out of jail. Nicholas Beckett among them. I see him warming up among the substitutes. If they can get that early goal to calm the nerves of the fans and to calm their own nerves, Nancy, more importantly than the people sitting and watching them, it's about but every man knowing that there is a bond among them that can fortify them and lead them to the 3 points against Mount Pleasant. The early goal, if Harbourview score early, they'll be very, very tough to beat tonight, I suspect.
Yeah, and we had a very confident Norman Campbell talking with us earlier on when we were linking on the Sportsmax zone, and there was something about his body language, George, that told us that the Harbourview team is coming into this contest very confident, especially with the fact that they knew that they beat Mount Pleasant back in September.
And he confessed to having benefited from the change in leadership at the helm of the team.
Yes.
Maybe most of the players will tell you that the liberating feeling of having someone new giving the instructions will put a boost to their performance.
Yeah, you say someone new, but someone who has been with Harbourview for a long time.
But new in terms of making the decisions.
New in the sense of a change from what was there before. But Ludlow Bernard is a solid Harbourview man who has been here for decades as a coach. Mount Pleasant, as we said, they need only a draw tonight, George, to move ahead of Waterhouse in the point standings. And there isn't much that Coach Paul Tegas Davis can be complaining about with this team.
Yeah, you know, Donovan Duke's Mount Pleasant were dodgy and stodgy. Paul Tegas Davis's Mount Pleasant isn't that. There's more malleability about this team. There is more fluency and fluidity in attack. And even better than all of those things mentioned, Bushy Beckford, Cardell Benbow, the attacking players have really come to show why they were bought in the first place. They are now justifying their price tags. Those boys are playing well, which makes Mount Pleasant even more dangerous.
Yeah, and this Harbourview team, they'll be coming in with several changes to their starting roster tonight. In fact, almost half of their team starting tonight didn't start against Tivoli in their last outing. So let's see how much that will impact on their performance. They've only scored 20 goals so far this season. The only team that has scored fewer goals than they have is Vere United. Not good stats there for Harbourview.
Yeah, but the true test and the true proof of confidence is not fist bumps in training or pats on the back while you're doing warm-up drills. It's about going out there and playing as a team. Will that confidence translate into a decisive action from the boys, right decision making and team bonding when you are done? That will tell over the course of the 90 minutes. All those questions will be answered to prove whether or not this team has indeed been galvanized by the elevation of Ludlow Bernard and the removal of the previous regime.
So head-to-head 4 meetings between these two teams so far. 2 Mount Pleasant victories, 2 Harbourview victories, and they're playing for a lot tonight. Of course, Mount Pleasant playing for leadership in the championship race, and the Harbourview team will be looking to improve their position. Even if they win tonight, they will remain 9th because they will move jointly with the team that is in 8th on points, but their goal difference is so poor, they aren't likely to make a positional advance.
All right, so a lot of sport coming up on Sportsmax, the home of champions, as ever. The Celtics and the Bucks lock horns in the NBA. That's on Sportsmax Thursday, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. ECT. That's the prelude to this contest between the Nuggets from Denver and the woeful Golden State Warriors. Thursday, 10:30 p.m., 11:30 p.m. ECT on Sportsmax. What about cricket, Lance?
Yeah, it's going to be India and Australia battling. India looking to avenge the loss they had at home to Australia in an ODI series a year ago, and they would want to put things right 3 o'clock in the morning Friday for that one. And the second ODI between the two teams, 3 o'clock Sunday morning, 4 Eastern Caribbean time. These matches being played in India, Australia on tour.
Yeah, and you may think it's Groundhog Day, but it's not Bill Murray's movie. It's really reality. Harbourview and Mount Pleasant will do it all over again 7 days from now, right here, Monday, 7:30 p.m. for your pre-game show, 8:30 p.m. if you're outside of Jamaica. Of course, it's Sportsmax 2.
Bernard, the man back in charge at Harbourview, looking to get a result here from the travelling and red-hot Mount Pleasant at the Harbourview Mini Stadium. Still more to come in the build-up after this.
We are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players. attitude and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears. So we are under clear skies here at the Harbour Mini Stadium tonight, getting ready for a battle between two teams at opposite ends of the table. Not too hot tonight, 26 degrees Celsius, very little chance of rain, pretty humid, but as usual when we get to Harbour View on a winter night, talking about December or January, we have this pretty steady breeze. There's Kimar Bushy-Beckford, 9 goals in the last 8 matches, and this former Waterhouse man is now red hot.
Yeah, red hot indeed. Didn't show his true form last season, his first campaign with the Mount Pleasant team, but hoping to do much better. And so far, he's trended as if he's playing like the player that we saw at Waterhouse.
Harbourview 4-time champions of the Premier League. Last time they were champions was 2013. They had won previously in 2000, 2007 and the 2010 team that has a very, very rich history in local football, not only in the Kingston and St Andrew championships, but also the entire national program, and a team that has produced outstanding players of the past. And although they are in 9th position at the moment, they aren't even thinking about relegation. There's Norman Campbell, recently turned 20 years old, a Manning Cup winner with Jamaica College, and one of the leading scorers at the moment for this Harbourview team. He has had 3 goals so far this season. Did have a summer trial with Stoke City in England back in July, August, and he confidently told us a few hours ago that he's looking for goals tonight and also a victory for the Harbourview team. Nikoi Williams, a former Red Stripe Premier League Championship winner with Arnett Gardens. He had also won the Premier League with Harbourview back in 2010, so he has had 2 titles with different teams. Very solid, strong central defender for Harbourview, who has Ludlow Bernard now in charge.
Ludlow, you've come in to put out a fire here. You're the latest coach in this Harbourview setup. How much time have you had with the boys, and what have you done with that time?
It's been like 4 days, so it's really motivational more than anything, you know. The recent severance never really got on too well, so we figured that I had to spend the time and do some healing. So far it has been very good, the response has been great, and I expect it to be reflected this evening.
There would have been a blueprint to approach this Mount Pleasant game, given that you've played them earlier this season. From a tactical perspective, what have you asked the boys to do tonight?
Yeah, well, yes, we enter this game clearly with a plan, and we hope that it can work. We figure that, you know, the times when we defeated Mount Pleasant this season and last season, pretty much the same approach we'll be taking, whatsoever that is. But we are very confident. We intend to be very strong defensively, and then we figure that we can take it from there.
January is not too old yet. Are you planning to tell the club to do any business, to bring in anybody to strengthen the hand that you hope to play for the rest of the season?
Yeah, well, we're the business part of the club is concerned. If Coach Deman was here, I would have been the one doing the business. Yes, there have been approaches to a couple of persons. We intend to boost up our front line and inside of the midfield. So probably come the next Mount Pleasant game, you may see a couple more additions.
The business model that Harbourview runs cannot support relegation. It would all fall apart. Yeah. How much is this playing on your mind in terms of the job that you have in front of you for the rest of the campaign? Yeah,
I try not to let it play on my mind. I'm depending on my instincts, and I'm depending on my abilities to really keep this program afloat. If I were to spend the time thinking about it, then I would be distracted. I'm pretty confident that with the support of Mr. Stewart, Mr. Jardine and everybody, we can get it together.
And of course, amid all that, I didn't ask, you say you've spoken to the players, but how have they responded to the message that you've tried to impress upon them in the time you've been with them?
The response so far has been tremendous. I can't fault them for not, really responding in due time. And as I said before, you're all eager to go.
Ludlow Bernard back in charge of this Harbourview team. Damien Stewart sacked as coach in the past week. Mount Pleasant, new kids on the block, only founded in 2016, and tremendously impressive that they've found themselves in the top flight within 3 years of existence. First appearance in the top flight last year, actually got to the playoffs, reached the semi-finals before they were eventually knocked out by the eventual champions Portmore. And Kimar Beckford, he's on 11 goals so far this season, just one behind his all-time record of 12 goals he had for Waterhouse 2 years ago.
Yeah, showing his Waterhouse form. Finally, Kimar Beckford was a shadow of himself in his first season for Mount Pleasant last campaign, but seems to have rediscovered his mojo, and he's flying now.
Yeah, very, very outstanding player. Kicks well with both feet and has scored 9 goals in the last 8 matches. Cardell Benbow, also a former Waterhouse player, is joining up with Bushy Beckford, now at Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, seemed to have drank the same coffee that Kimar Beckford drank last season. Was a shadow of himself for much of the campaign, but has looked revitalized so far this season. And Paul Teagat-Davis will be hoping to continue to coax the best out of this quick, dynamic attacker.
Yeah, let's hear from Teagat himself now, preparing this Mount Pleasant team for championship honours this year.
Coach, you come to Harbourview with your opponents in some disarray, a new coach and the emotional toll on a young group of players. How are you planning to exploit that?
I'm not watching in terms of new coaching. It's the same players. So that, and they would have a set frame of mind. They have beat us in the first leg, so I think that would be a motivation for them. Nevertheless, for us it's a rivalry like that. They came to our home and beat us, so now it's our turn.
Since that defeat, Mount Pleasant have gone from strength to strength. You're really traveling well right now. What would you say accounts for the sustained period of good form that you've been experiencing?
You guys just start believing what our coaching staff is doing. And one thing we are doing right now is scoring goals. And if every game we can score 1 or 2, 3 goals, it's good for us.
But it must be more than motivation, because you had some big name players last season who weren't getting the job done. Those players are showing sparks of their old selves. What it is that you have done? Have you had an arm around the shoulder, one-on-one talks? Have you done more drills? What is it?
Yeah, it's more work, It's more work in terms of attacking. And again, we as coaches, we sit with the players them and find out their needs and their wants, and nurture them. Because that's what we are for as a coach. We are like their parents. So when they have needs, wants, or into whatever, we try to find out and try to fix it.
The Premier League season is a strange one given the various stages, and it's easy to peak early and then peter out, and then it's easy also to not start well and then not be able to find momentum. You have a good balance now. How do you keep it until the end of the season?
We have to try and monitor them, how they sleep, how they eat, how they walk, how they drink, everything, That's what we're going to do right now, just try and monitor them and try to keep them happy.
Yeah, Teagat-Davis there, certainly presiding over a Mount Pleasant team that looks really hot. Their fans have been really happy in recent weeks, and this is a team that has won 6 of their last 8 matches and are poised to go to the top of the table if they avoid defeat tonight, which most people expect them to.
Yeah, La Liga, Sportsmax 2, Real Madrid at home to Sevilla Saturday morning, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. ECT. And then on Sunday, Barcelona, they have a new coach, Kiki Setién. He formerly directed Real Betis. Ernesto Valverde is history, and they entertain Granada with their new coach on the touchlines Sunday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT on Sportsmax 2. And then we return to Harbourview next Monday. Mount Pleasant will be the same opponents Monday, 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. ECT, again, Sportsmax 2.
So the Mount Pleasant fans, as usual, turning out in their numbers whenever they have away assignments. Well, it's even more huge when they're at home at Drax Hall, but they have come to Kingston to give their team support against the Harbourview team that they'll be trying to avenge their loss they had to them back in September when Harbourview defeated them by 2-1, courtesy of strikes from Alves and Norman Campbell. But it's a pretty cool night here, relatively speaking, but we expect the action to be hot on the field when Mount Pleasant take on Harbourview coming up in 10 minutes.
And we are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude, and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several
one bag of gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem to. Red stripe, watch out, watch out, watch out. Man, shall I be the forward boy? Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run the marathon boy. The red stripe Premier League champion boy. Yeah, yeah.
The Harbourview Mini Stadium, the venue for Red Stripe Football Mondays tonight. It's the league's number 2 team, Mount Pleasant, travelling all the way from St. Anne to tackle 4-time champions Harbourview tonight in a battle that could tell us something about who the playoff teams might be. Mount Pleasant looking safe at the moment. Harbourview a little bit off the playoff position, but still within range if they improve their results. It's going to be a big game tonight. We have pretty cool conditions here at 26 degrees Celsius, but George Davis, our experience here at the Harbourview compound, would suggest to us that in an hour from now it will get a lot cooler, but we hope the action on the field is hot.
Absolutely so. The teams are poised to deliver a good game. Harbourview got with that new manager, well, that new head coach's bounce, and Mount Pleasant travelling so very well and sensing the opportunity to go back to the top of the Premier League standings and put 3 points between themselves and Waterhouse. They'll want to grab that chance with both hands.
12 wins so far in the season for Mount Pleasant. No team in the league has won more than they have so far this season. Their travelling fans have come here expectant, and the Harbourview fans want to resist them.
Harbourview Football Club from the 1990s was in the management crew at one stage. My baller is local Levy. Was very surprised when he was cut from the squad, but now that Lord Bernard is here, he's back, so I'm looking forward to some good football from him today.
My name is Michael Bernard. I'm an ardent fan of Harbourview, living here the community 49 years now, and I'm expecting them to win tonight. It's a difficult game, but I expect them to win. So you can run with that.
Expecting Harbourview to win 2-0. It's a difficult game for us anyway, but if we play to the coach's plan, then we should come away victorious today.
Yeah, my prediction is that we'll win by 1 goal, 1-0, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to win tonight.
Good night. My name is Andre Henry, and I support Mount Pleasant from the first season up until now, and we are winning 3-1 tonight. The ball we have to look out for is Jardy and Fletcher, 1 or 2 off of the left, and my ball at that, Mount Pleasant to the world.
Jordan Fletcher expected to score tonight. 3-1 the prediction there coming from the Mount Pleasant man. And the Harbourview seeming equally confident, especially with a new man in charge. Ludlow Bernard taking over from Damien Stewart, who fell out, it seems, with a couple of the players, including John-Luca Levy, who is back in the setup now that Damien Stewart has gone.
Yeah, John-Luca Levy, one of the players name-checked by Damien Stewart when he spoke about the basically undermining players, refusing to take his instruction, and then going around him to speak to senior management about the instructions that he had given. He named 2 players, John-Luca Levy and Gene Talbot. I'm not telling tales out of schools. This is what has been published in a Gleaner newspaper report, and those 2 players, I'm sure, would be happy with a change in regime.
And look at who wears the captain's armband for Harbourview tonight. Harbourview in gold, Mount Pleasant in blue. O'Shea Nation has the ball and the whistle tonight. And as I mentioned, with the captain's armband tonight for Harbourview, their long-standing captain, Nicholas Beckett, who has been out of action for most of the season. In fact, this is only his 2nd game this season. And the Harbourview team, from that perspective at least, having a familiar look about it.
Yeah, and for those of you who know how referees normally are decked out, there are no badges on the referees' shirts. The badge that should be there should say 2020. The referees only have 2019 badges. You cannot wear a 2019 badge in 2020. And the referees assessor Peter Prendergast has said that, yeah, there's a problem there. We understand that.
here with the new coaching staff, and they are looking for a turnaround in their form tonight. But what a tough occasion for them to achieve that. They're up against the hottest team in the league at the moment in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, teams have been showing various teams have been hot over the course of the Premier League season. Mount Pleasant have been consistently excellent, and it's not for nothing that they are level on points with Waterhouse atop the standings and can go 3 points clear with a win tonight. It's a tough assignment for Ludlow Bernard in his latest turn as head coach of this Harbourview team.
Two solid defensive players leading their teams. Ladale Ritchie, who has been so impressive from his Montego Bay United days into Mount Pleasant that he was called up for national duties, and his opposing number, Nicholas Beckett, in charge at Harbourview.
Both teams gathering into huddles, and this referee situation though is difficult. Look, I badly want to be able to support the JFF on so many things, but they give you so many reasons to criticize them.
Yeah, the Harbourview lineup here having 5 changes from the team that started last week when they lost 3-0 to Tivoli. Nicholas Beckett, O'Shane Staple, Ajani Talbot, Bebeto McDonald, Troy Nosworthy, all getting starts today.
Yeah, these names will be unfamiliar to many of our viewers. Nosworthy at the point of the attack. Noban Campbell, heel raid on the right hand side. Bebeto McDonald, as fast as Campbell is, high work rate individual. Jabari Howell with the creative brief in the center of midfield, and of course Beckett. Good to see Beckett back to strengthen the Harbourview rear guard.
Mount Pleasant, as we said, 12 wins so far this season. No team has more wins than they have. They also have significant changes in their roster. 4 changes to the team that beat Veer last week. Kadeem Davis in goal, Ricardo Campbell, Latroy Leng and Keston Hall didn't start last week, but they're in the starting 11 today.
There's a familiarity among these Mount Pleasant players that is tremendous, and that's why they are so strong. The front 4, Benbow, Hall, Fletcher and Beckford, very, very good chemistry, and the chemistry is even better at the back. Leng, Campbell, Ritchie and McCullough, those 4 rock solid.
Yeah, and the combination there, as you just mentioned, about familiarity, because from a Montego Bay United standpoint, you have Ladale Ritchie and Ronaldo coming over for them.
Rodney.
So Ronaldo
along
Rodney.
with Isaacs.
Yeah, and they are very comfortable having played on a previous team together. The same from the front end with Kimar Beckford and Cardell Benbow, who had successfully propelled Waterhouse to the final 3 years ago. So they have that chemistry as front players for them.
And then Kadeem Davis and Ricardo Campbell, the goalkeeper and one of his centre halves.
Yeah, so although Mount Pleasant is a team that has been fitted together for Premier League football starting last year, they do have players that have a background of playing with other teams successfully, I might add. Of course, Ladale Ritchie and Ronaldo Rodney, part of the Montego Bay United team that were champions 4 years ago.
It's going to be difficult for Nosworthy up front, the man wearing number 18 for Harbourview. As we take a quick look at Ludlow Bernard, I don't think he's going to win much in the air against the likes of Leng and Ritchie at the back. Well, Ricardo Campbell and Ladale Ritchie at the back. It's going to have to do the business on the floor, and those men are difficult to beat one-on-one, especially Ricardo Campbell. Very strong in the tackle. It's going to be tough for the young man for Harbourview.
I think the Harbourview fans pretty early in this piece, George, will be looking at the chemistry of this Harbourview team, although they're immediately put under pressure. Effort on goal there from Beckford, but he was off balance and didn't get a proper strike on.
Yeah, I know we're only in the second minute now, and that early pass through to Beckford, too easy from a Harbourview defensive perspective. Not his strong side, his right. He was trying to just wrap his foot around it, but didn't have the balance to do so. That's why his shot skewed wide.
Beckett, long pass upfield for Harbourview. There goes Fletcher, trying to slide the ball into Hall. Very positive start here from this Mount Pleasant team in blue. McCullough, Rodney. Yeah, there were the 2 ex-Montego Bay United men linking up. Leng just giving the ball away there after a sequence of unanswered passes from the Mount Pleasant team.
Yeah, good shoulder barge by Ladale Ritchie. They're just roughing up the youngster Norman Campbell. Sometimes you have to do that as a defender to let the attacker know that, yeah, he's going to be in for a physical night, and a calling card from the big skipper for Mount Pleasant.
And maybe he was watching the Sports Mag Zone earlier on, George, and saw how confident Campbell appeared. And he said to himself, let me let this 20-year-old recognize that this is big man stuff.
For sure.
Campbell did appear confident when we spoke with him 3 hours ago. Was expecting a good game tonight. Shot pumped on goal there by Benbow, but going high.
Yeah, caught it well, but was too close to the goal to execute the up and under that he wanted to get. Nice ball floated forward by Isaacs, headed clear by Williams, but on the volley. Not going to score that from there.
Yeah, Benbow, very successful St. George's College Manning Cup player in his school days. Yeah. We're into the 4th minute of the game, and the game has pretty much been played entirely in Harbourview's half. So I guess with this Harbourview team having new players in and fitting up almost half of the team different from the one that lost to Tivoli last week, I guess they'll have to spend a few minutes here getting their rhythm and chemistry going.
Absolutely. So the touches from the Mount Pleasant players so far have been very slick.
Beckford through. Kesslin Hall. Beckford is going to the far post to retrieve. The pass back, not good enough. Rodney. Fletcher. Ling. Benbow just losing the ball there after trying a fancy spin. Fletcher coming back to defend. Rodney. McCullough. Good skill. Harbourview on the attack. No problems for Kadeem Davis in the Mount Pleasant goal.
First shot on target from Harbourview, man, that's a good sign. Nosworthy's effort didn't have much power, but good to see the positive intent from the young man. Norman Campbell's starting position, well, the formation we showed our viewers was that he would play as an outsider on the right wing. He's playing centrally, Lance. I think that's just to befuddle the defenders for the moment. High boot by Nicholas Beckett, hence the foul call by our referee.
O'Shea Nation, the man with the whistle tonight, was one of 19 CONCACAF referees who were in Florida last week for a VAR training seminar. VAR coming to the Caribbean, George.
Oh dear.
Benbow with a free kick, or is he leaving it? Yeah, he doesn't want it. Leng and Isaacs converging over the ball. It's actually Leng who will strike it in. 4 or 5 blue shirts across the box waiting for it. Ball spilled and wide. McCullough from 8 yards drags the ball wide. Great opportunity for Mount Pleasant to go 1-0 up in the 6th minute.
With no disrespect intended, this wasn't goalkeeping from Tafari Chambers. It was a bit of shopkeeping, and he got away with it. Came for the ball, lovely shape on it from Leng. Came to catch or punch, did neither. And Sule McCullough, not his stronger foot, the right foot, and he just lashed at it and went wide. Kesslin Hall hoping to divert it beyond the goalkeeper, well, into the empty net. Didn't make contact.
Nikoi Williams, long play downfield. So best chance of the match in the early going here, going to Mount Pleasant, and McCullough dragging it wide. As I said, George, howler there from Tafari Chambers in goal for Harbourview, spilling what appeared to be a straightforward take.
As sure a sign as you need that the goalkeeper is nervous.
Throw to Harbourview.
It's been so easy so far for Mount Pleasant to just play that ball over the top of the Harbourview defence, turn the defence and have their forwards running through. Not good for the men in yellow. And so far, Kevon Isaacs in the midfield has imposed himself on this game early.
Speedy Campbell. Challenged successfully by Leng. Oh, Keston Hall there coming back to help out. Harding, Beckett. Fletcher putting the chase on. Staple winning possession for Harbourview.
There are certainly more dashing left fullbacks than Sule Makala, but is there a stronger, more dependable one? I can't think so. Defensively, he is excellent and has been so since his introduction into this league with Portmore United, lads.
Yeah. Very solid player, Sule Makala. And from that left back position has already gotten a couple of goals this season, so as you said, in offence he also does his job. Ball over the touchline for a throw. It's Troy Nosworthy. Makala upfield. Beckett gets in the way. Leng just allows the ball to go through for a throw.
Tell you what, Nikoi Williams' lack of pace is going to be telling one way or the other. The Mount Pleasant boys know that they have the beating of him for pace. It's just about positioning now from the veteran to ensure he's in a good position to intercept.
Campbell in possession here has a lot of pace. I guess he would want to use his pace to trouble this Mount Pleasant defense tonight. And they've got to watch out for his pace.
Yeah, I did remark that both teams have rapid forward players. The thing is that the Mount Pleasant defenders are quicker than the Harbourview defenders. Quicker doesn't mean better though.
House goalkeeper MacDonald. Ball spilled, whistle. Can really get a proper connection on the ball. Just an anxious moment there for Mount Pleasant. Their debut season last year, Mount Pleasant got all the way to the semi-finals before being beaten 3-1 aggregate by eventual champions Portmore. Beckett knocks Benbow over.
Lovely stuff from Benbow in central midfield though. Initial control, superb on the turn. Beckett wasn't having it. Look at this wrong-footed defender who then does what he knows how to do very well. Foul.
Benbow uses good pace and frees himself for the pass. Wins the throw.
It's a player who frustrates me. He has so much ability, Cardell Benbow. It's crazy that he doesn't get better results on the field. He doesn't help his team much more than he actually does.
Makala's cross. Talbot with a header out. Campbell gets it further out. Jocelyn Hall from Mount Pleasant. Still Hall. Good aggressive defending there from Talbot.
Very, very good. Hall tried to see if he had the beating of Talbot for pace. He didn't.
Only 20 years old, Talbot. Beckford with a strike on goal. The ball squirts free here to Hall on the right. Leng chases Campbell. Jabari Howell. Powerful shot attempted on goal by the teenager Anglin, but just a little bit too high with the effort.
Not a bad effort. Just let the ball run across his body from this pass. Was always going for a big effort. Got too much of it.
I think he was complaining that the defender challenging stepped in. Another player who has retained some level of confidence from the new coach. Only 18 years old. Bend ball all the way back. Campbell. McCalla. Not much pressing from Harbourview, just sitting back in their own half. McCalla retrieves. Wins a throw for his team. Staple putting the pressure on.
Yeah, compactness about this Harbourview team in defending when they don't have the ball. They're saying, well, you're going to have to play through us. When the teams compress like that in their own half, there's no hope of a long ball unless there's a mistake by a defender. The long ball can't be played, and you're going to have to play through effectively 10 outfield players to get to the goalkeeper. Very difficult thing to do at any level of football. And that's what the Harbourview are doing from a defensive perspective.
Hall does well to hold the ball up. Leng. Rodney leaves his man for dead. Rodney, can he strike at goal? No, it doesn't have the comfort, and he's fouled in fact by Jabari Howell. Free kick to Mount Pleasant in a threatening position.
Well, Nosworthy Lance, the striker, coming back to make the tackle, recognized the danger. Rodney was trying to free his legs to rifle a shot goalwards, and the striker recognized the danger and put in that tackle. Excellent defending.
Yeah, player with a lot of experience, Ronaldo Rodney. And now Tafari Chambers in the Harbourview goal has some work today to do. Ladale. That's Kevon Isaac standing behind the ball. Isaacs. Celebrated his 24th birthday yesterday. His effort crashes into a firm-looking Harbourview wall.
Another shoulder barge by Richie into Norman Campbell, and the youngster showing no sign that he was hurt. He's saying that you're not going to win the mental war. I'm not going to show you that you hurt me, even if you did. The second time he's getting a shoulder barge, and that must hurt, but he's unflinching, Norman Campbell.
Yeah, as I said, there was a confidence about him earlier on today when we spoke with him. We'll watch him closely tonight. He looks to be in the mood for football and goals.
It's the age-old tactic. When experienced defenders come up against whipper-snapping wingers or skillful forwards, they try to leave calling cards early, try to inflict some pain. Campbell up for the fight.
Only 3 goals so far this season, Norman Campbell. But no one on the field at the moment for Harbourview has scored more goals than he has. Leng. Fletcher. Excellent work there by Harding in the left full-back position for Harbourview. Harding a little overzealous on that challenge to Jordan Fletcher.
Yeah, Fletcher and Keston Hall now switching flanks. Mount Pleasant's forwards rotating their positions. Fresh matchups against the Harbourview flank defenders.
Troy Leng grazes the shoulder of Campbell. There's Ricardo Campbell. The experienced player Ricardo Campbell. Previously played for Humberland. As solid as they come in central defence. Talbot, Beckett under pressure, holds the ball up well. Campbell putting the chase on. But Richie gets there first with a header. Benbow goes wide to Fletcher. A lot of impressive offensive talent in this Mount Pleasant team. It's one of the reasons why they've been among the best goal-scoring team in the tournament this year. Effort on goal there from Beckford, but he doesn't connect well. And Chambers has an easy taken goal for Harbourview.
That was the chance, but from a Harbourview perspective, it was too easy for Benbow's cross, almost from the byline, from the touchline rather, to find a mark inside the penalty box. Not good enough.
Campbell, the speedy one, goes for goal. Mount Pleasant getting the ball out of their defensive zone. Mount Pleasant 65% possession up to this point after 20 minutes.
Yes, that they're the home team. That's because when they have possession, Harbourview sit back and invite them to come.
Yes, it's one of those statistics that the Harbourview coaching staff would suggest that the 65% ball possession is, for the most part, unthreatening ball possession. Here comes Benbow. Harbourview's defence in some problems here. Harding eventually gets the ball away.
Panic stations just now at Lance. Every time Mount Pleasant use that long ball, they cause this Harbourview defence problems. Every time.
Richie. Leng. Searching for Benbow but didn't find him. Harding gives the ball away, but he's fouled.
Yeah. So what Mount Pleasant have been looking at the system that they've been using up front, Lance. It's almost as if it's almost false nine-ish. Kemar Beckford now is nominally in the position of centre forward, but they're not really playing with a centre forward. It keeps rotating. Sometimes it's Fletcher in that position, sometimes it's Kesslon Hall, another time it will be Benbow, and they keep rotating, making it difficult for the Harbourview defenders to keep marking assignments.
Midway the first half. Richie with a header out. Hall forward to Beckford. Strong challenge of Anglin for Harbourview. Leng's clearance doesn't get a lot of distance. Rodney fouls Anglin. Strike from distance. Davis has the easy take though.
Yeah, why not Babeta McDonald? Second shot. Goalwards for Harbourview. Well, second shot from Harbourview. Both shots on target. Sometimes you do those and the goalkeeper gives you a present. Benbow is down. Or is that Bushy Beckford? It looks like Benbow.
Yeah.
If that's a hamstring injury, that's high.
Yeah.
But it may be. That tackle that he went into just now may have jarred. That jarring effect may have caused whatever problem he's having right now.
Well, for Benbow, he would want to hope that it was a blow that caused the injury as opposed to any kind of a muscle tear.
This is it. That tackle. So you see him went down. It was both players connected with opposite sides of the ball. So that jarring effect of that tackle.
Yeah. Well, I guess the medical team at Mount Pleasant will want to look closely at Benbow for the next few minutes to see how well he comes out of that. He will go off for a while. But if it's a muscle injury, it would be worrying because it would only get worse if he continues to play. They wouldn't want to lose him now, even though there are quality players on the Mount Pleasant bench, including one Daniel Green, who was on the Harbourview books a couple of seasons ago.
You said something just now which some people would say is simple, but it's important. When it's an impact injury, you can run it off. You cannot run off a muscle injury, you'll only aggravate it.
That's right. Harding with the throw-in to his captain, Beckett. Beckett only in his second match so far this season. Benbow trying to sprint through there, but Deshaun Anglin getting in his way. Isaacs with a pretty hefty blow on the Harbourview man going for the ball just then. Richie laboriously getting the ball away eventually. Anglin with an ambitious strike, left-footed from over 30 yards.
Third long shot from Harbourview as the man is down in the middle of the field. Jabari Howell after that clash, that shoulder barge that he was on the wrong end of. So I think, Lance, from the three shots Harbourview have had in goal, this is the barge by Isaacs into the back of Howell. They've been instructed, Harbourview, to go for their long shots. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah, 3 seasons ago, certainly while he was at Humberland, Kadeem Davis was one of the top performing goalkeepers in the Red Stripe Premier League. But somehow he doesn't hold that status anymore.
Who is the best Premier League goalkeeper now? Even my good friend Amal Knight would have something to say about that, the UWI goalkeeper, but his team is in woeful form.
Yeah, I'd say Knight is in the conversation. Chambers has the easy taking goal for Harbourview. Still a teenager, Chambers. Clarendon College, the Costa Cup winning goalkeeper. Howell, Harding, the speedy Campbell. Gets away from Leng with ease. Still has the ball, Campbell. Cross-threatening. McCullough mishits the ball, but luckily for him, no Harbourview man close by to make him pay for it.
Yeah, fresh year effort from Sule McCullough. May have gone for that option because he knew he wasn't under pressure. Bad swipe at that, and then Bushy Beckford making a Genie Talbot feel some pain.
Just mowed him down, wow, and the left boot hitting into the head of Talbot there, so that would have been some discomfort for the former Jamaica College central defender. Harding, Beckett, Howell, Stripped of the ball by Isaacs, who sends Fletcher going. Beckford. A speedy Benbow gets to the ball now. Doesn't get by Harding. The corner flag felled. Rodney. Bit of an innocuous pass across there toward McCullough, who has to track back a bit to get the ball. Ritchie. Mount Pleasant for the most part bossing this game, but no goals yet in the fixture. Benbow. Too close to the goalkeeper. Harbour trying to spring the counter-attack. Grady MacDonald not getting possession of the ball.
Yeah, nice turn of pace from Geraldine Fletcher to beat him in that sprint for the ball.
Ritchie goes wide here to Leng. Leng's pass inside finds Beckford. Beckford strike just wide. This man is on top of his game, Beckford. 9 goals in the last 8 matches for Mount Pleasant, and just 1 away from his all-time leading tally of scoring in the Premier League season.
Wow, the blueprint, this similar blueprint for Mount Pleasant in terms of attacking on this occasion. The cross coming in early from wide. Look how early Leng passes it. Beckford has time to control and line up a shot. That's not clever defending from the men in yellow.
Harbourview under pressure here in their defensive third. Harding to Beckett. Back to Harding. Howell. Howell again. Wants to strike a goal, it seems, Howell. And does! It's high though.
4th effort, 4th long shot. 2 on target, 2 off. Didn't have really many options though. Had an option to his right. Didn't think that was good enough and decided to go on his own.
Clear signs here, George, that long-range shooting is part of the Harbourview plan tonight.
Yeah, as I was saying. Clearly they've been given instructions by their coach based on the scouting report on the goalkeeper's handling, that if you shoot from distance, he may drop a clanger, could give you a goal.
It's actually Swavey that kept last week against Fear. And Kadeem Davis has been sharing playing time with Swavey for the Mount Pleasant goal. Clean sheets in their last 2 matches, Mount Pleasant. 2-0 over Vere and 3-0 over UWI in their last 2 fixtures. Leng stripped of the ball here by Campbell. Beckett. Rodney intercepts for Mount Pleasant. The speedy Benbow on the right.
There just seems greater thrust about the Mount Pleasant players when they attack. Harbourview not committing many men when they attack, and the attack is slow. Usually the ball carrier doesn't have good passing options and is then reduced to shooting from distance.
Benbow playing an anchoring role in a lot of these build-up plays here for this Mount Pleasant team. Good turn, Beckford. Fletcher. Harbourview's defenders in a cluster get the ball away in the end.
Poor communication there between Howell and Campbell, who came short. Howell wanted him to run forward into space.
Last 15 minutes of the half, and Mount Pleasant, based on their ball possession dominance and offensive dominance, may just feel some slight disappointment here that they haven't yet gone ahead. They've really made this Harbourview defense line work. McCullough. Campbell.
Nikoi Williams there with the header out. Rodney strips Howell of the ball, and now Campbell has it. Doesn't like his forward passing options. So Mount Pleasant starting the play over again from the back. Richie. Inaccurate that pass was.
You remarked about Benbow. He has effectively a free attacking role. He can go wherever he likes.
I think that's a good role for him. Harding. Sandwiched and knocked off the ball. Free kick to Harbourview.
You are correct, because especially when I saw him under Duki's charge last season at Mount Pleasant, although we did see him thrive under Duki at Waterhouse, seemed frustrated when he was told to stay on the wing. As we look at Peter Gold, the Mount Pleasant benefactor, chairman, owner, and everything that's good. Benbow needs to be involved in the action constantly. Yeah. Follows the ball like a moth to a flame.
Did spend a season or two at the Harrisburg City Islanders in the USL Pro League. Cartel Benbow, still a young player at 24. Harbourview with an opportunity here. They've got 5 players in the box, and referee Nation is ready. Disappointing effort that was from Howell.
Not much coordination from Harbourview going forward, I must say, in this half so far. Basically what I've seen them try to do is to just get Norman Campbell one-on-one with one of the defenders for Mount Pleasant. That hasn't happened yet because the Mount Pleasant players are wise to that, and there's always help when Campbell, the few times he's run into the outside left channel.
One of the issues for this Harbourview team is that issue of giving up too many goals. And so far as we head to the halftime break, they have prevented Mount Pleasant from scoring. No clean sheets in their last 4 games, this Harbourview team, conceding 7 goals during that period.
And because of the clean sheet first approach, that's why you're seeing them playing as if they're the away team. Very compact in defense, not really much ambition, overcommitting in attack.
Howell stripped of the ball by Leng. Harding gets in the way. He has been so busy at left fullback for Harbourview tonight, or Odilon Harding.
Almost like you'll say he's overworked.
Yeah. Did play for Sandals FC when they had their brief debut in the top flight a couple of seasons ago. I look there at the Mount Pleasant bench, and players anxious for some playing time. Among them Daniel Green, who I'm sure is relishing the thought of taking the field tonight. Always a challenge for players returning to their former club to show them what they would be missing.
For sure, and they'll tell you that, well, we didn't tell you to go, you said you wanted to leave. We spoke about the chemistry of the Mount Pleasant players between individuals and, of course, within the broader group lads, and that has told so far in this game.
Fletcher, he may strike this from distance. Oh, there's a slight deflection, and Chambers was right there for the take, but that had a lot of power on it.
Yeah, his positioning was good, though. I thought Jordan Fletcher would have gone for it first time. I was talking about the chemistry point to make the point that, as we see Fletcher here, the control wasn't smooth.
I thought there was a deflection there from Nikoi Williams' boot, just under the boot, maybe just taking a little pace off the ball as well.
Luckily it wasn't diverted.
Yeah, but Chambers did well in goal, held it well. There's Carvel Stewart, PLCA top brass, and also top executive for Harbourview Football Club.
Nosworthy hasn't looked overawed. by the occasion, the man wearing number 18 for Harbourview, coming up against some rough centre halves. It looks as if he has a stomach for the battle. Norman Campbell, not coordinating well with his midfield, has come short a couple of times when they wanted him to run forward, and has run forward on other occasions, and the ball has not come to him. So that lack of chemistry contrasting with the almost telepathic understanding between and among the men in blue so far. Everybody knows where everybody's running.
Handball from Howell as Benbow just slid the ball over his head. Bernard would be satisfied, the new Harbourview coach, that the game is goalless, because there have been certainly many moments in this match so far where Mount Pleasant looked as if they could go ahead.
You spoke about this being Damien Beckett's second game since the start of the season? Well,
yeah, Beckett. Nicholas Beckett, yeah.
Nicholas Beckett, I said Damien Beckett.
Yeah.
The fact is,
he had an injury for a long period, so he was on recovery mode for quite a while.
But he looks like a player who's playing within himself, almost as if he's trying to nurse himself through the game.
Yes. Harding has space here on the left here for Harbourview. 3 players in the box. But Harding's delivery is too close to goalkeeper Kadeem Davis. You mentioned Noseworthy just now trying to match up against this solid Mount Pleasant defense line, and he does have a tough job for an inexperienced player. Oh, Benbow does well. Harding comes charging in. Throw to Mount Pleasant.
Harding has been Harbourview's man of the match so far.
Yeah, he's been real busy. Benbow to Leng. It's going to be difficult for Harbourview to score against this Mount Pleasant team tonight. They're so solid in defence in Ladale Ritchie and Ricardo Campbell. We have 2 central defenders who are as good as they come in Premier League football. Beckford, can he get a shot off? No, it's blocked.
Benbow frustrated, who was to his right, asking for a pass, expecting a pass. But Beckford is trying to work it on to his left foot.
Fletcher from distance with a right boot. Scores his best goals with the left. He did really well there with the strike, but it was high.
Yeah, clear what he was trying to do, aiming for the top left-hand corner, just trying to caress it with the left foot, with the right foot rather, his weaker foot. The ball didn't cooperate.
A lot of things going for Mount Pleasant tonight, which would have anointed them favourites for the match tonight. They've displayed the best defensive record in the league so far this year. They've given up just 18 goals from their 21 matches. No team has given up fewer goals than they have. And they also boast the best road record in the league. They've won 7 of their 10 road games for 22 points. Best team on the road in the league so far. Next best, Waterhouse with 20 points.
Look how deep Benbow has come for possession.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant have actually gathered more points on the road, George, than they have at home at Drax Hall. So they're a solid travelling team. And Harbourview would know that. Benbow finds Leng. Oh, Leng attempts the one-time cross inside. And that one appeared headed for the mountains.
Yeah. May stop by the river first. You just believe that it's a matter of time before Mount Pleasant find a way through the Harbourview defence.
To their credit, they have defended stoutly. The few opportunities that we've seen, like Kimar Beckford get, he has had to breach a cluster of Harbourview defenders, sometimes 3 or 4 of them converging on the ball. So it hasn't been easy for the Mount Pleasant men in attack.
Well, yeah, but I'd say to that is more down to individual defending excellence for our Harbourview. Talbot has come up big on occasions, and of course Harding has done 2 men's work in his position at left back.
Leng with a thigh pass to Ritchie, who wants to get the quick pass upfield to Keslan Hall. McDonald, Benbow, Rodney, couple of step overs from Rodney. Harding putting a lot of pressure on him. Forced to play the ball back. I don't think that pass was intended for Isaacs. Isaacs got in the way. Howell. Just a few minutes to the halftime break. A couple of Harbour men on the bench, including Jean-Luc Levy. Don't think there'll be much time added on for stoppages because there weren't many in this first half. So we just have, we think, a couple of minutes remaining in this half here. Mount Pleasant being held 0-0 by Harbourview. Harbourview at the moment just 6 points adrift of a playoff spot. Oh, the ball slides through everyone. Beckford didn't get it. Kestenhall didn't get it. The Harbourview defenders also couldn't reach it. And it's Chambers in goal that collected.
And that's what I mean by a matter of time. These balls keep coming in from the right flank, left flank. The crosses come in. Usually it's a blue shirt who's first to the ball inside the 18-yard box. Not good enough. It's individual defending that really has kept Harbourview in this game. And a little bit of luck.
Luddy Bernard, when you spoke with him pre-match, George, did suggest that he has only had 4 days with this team, and a lot of it has been mental, trying to just set things right from what has been a bit of an acrimonious parting with the former coach, Damien Stewart. Neat pass there from Keston Hall. Fletcher has room on the left. Isn't as good as he needed to be with that delivery inside.
Too early, passed it too early, to the frustration of the Mount Pleasant players. Yeah, Ludlow Bernard has my sympathy. 4 days in the way that he came in, he really couldn't do much. Look, if he can get a point from this game, it will be tremendous under the circumstances.
There's Akeem Chambers. Was with Waterhouse last year. Howell under pressure. MacDonald swiping the ball inside. There goes Fletcher. Stafer putting the challenge on. Just a minute added on for stoppages.
Through. I called Nicholas Beckett, Damien Beckett earlier, and it's been bothering me. So now I've said to myself, as we see this tackle again, good tackle, putting the brakes on the Mount Pleasant man who's still down with the injury. Damien Beckett Lance is the DJ Baby Sham. That's his right name. I don't know why my mind works like this. It has bothered me ever since I said it. Who the hell is Damien Beckett? Oh, well.
Ra.
So it's half time. Harbourview resolute in their bid to avoid defeat against the high-flying Mount Pleasant team. At half-time, they're successful up to this point. No goals in this fixture at the Harbourview Mini Stadium. Harbourview against Mount Pleasant. Back with the first half highlights in our half-time show after this.
One bag of gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem to. Red stripe, watch out, watch out, watch out. Man, shall I make a forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run him marathon boy. The Red stripe Premier League champion boy. Yeah, yo.
We are ready.
The role is to continue to drive for the development of the game here. Although players are selected from clubs abroad, they were developed in the league.
They're really quality players and they have really good attitude and you get your money's worth.
This match has turned up several gears. The home team Harbourview up here against the Mount Pleasant team, and we have seen no goals in the first half. Harbourview currently 9th in the point standings, Mount Pleasant in the number 2 spot, but on the same number of points that the leaders Waterhouse have, so any result outside of a defeat for Mount Pleasant tonight would mean that they would be the new leaders. Mount Pleasant on the attack early. Leng with a cross inside. Chambers mishandles the ball for Harbourview. This was in very, very early action there, and Harbourview dodging a bullet as Sula McCalla hit the ball wide when the opportunity presented itself. McCalla knows he should have done better there. Harbourview would respond. Howell inside. Anglin with an effort from about 23 yards out and just a bit high.
Yeah. Leng will put this cross in early. Look from where he crosses the ball. Look at this. 1 touch, 2 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. That's not good enough from a Harbourview defensive perspective. A striker getting so many touches right at the top of your 18-yard box, unchallenged. And Beckford's shot whistles wide off his weaker right foot, we must remember.
Yeah. Staple was the one putting the challenge on there, but not stout enough to fend off Kamar Beckford.
And then the ball put in by Beckford this time. Fletcher lets it bounce, didn't collect it cleanly, but by the time he did so, goalkeeper Chambers was in the right spot. Just brushed Nikoi Williams' leg. Not enough to divert the ball.
Yeah, and Chambers must take some credit there for the very, very clean take, because Keston Hall was converging on the ball if he spilled it any at all. Harbourview, 2 shots on target from 5 attempts, 7 shots on goal by Mount Pleasant, but only 2 of them on target. 12 fouls in the match so far, evenly shared. No cards issued by O'Shane Nation yet. 1 corner each, but look at the ball possession stats. Mount Pleasant 63%, and they've been dominant in the first half, but no goals for either team. Harbourview coming here looking for a result tonight. If they get a win tonight, Harbourview, they will move up to 29 points, the same as 8th place Tivoli Gardens, but Tivoli Gardens have a goal difference significantly better than theirs, so Harbourview would have to win by 11 goals tonight to displace Tivoli in 8th spot. The home of champions presenting live world-class sport in the coming week. Barcelona, the defending champions in La Liga. They're on Sportsmax 2 Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time, entertaining Granada. Real Madrid will be up against Sevilla on Saturday. That's also on Sportsmax 2. And that's a morning match, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time. The second one-day international between India and Australia. We'll see that on Friday morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time. And those are some of the big events you'll see on Sportsmax in the coming week. Our My 90 feature, well, the first of them coming from the former Arnett Gardens man who also played for Harbourview before going to Arnett Gardens, Nikoi Williams.
Nikoi Williams, Harbour HVFC, Red Stripe My 90, stand up for your stripe. Football means a lot to me and my family. I mean, it's a game of joy and passion. I mean, from my tender age growing up, it was my first choice playing the game. Well, football does a lot on my community. Playing corner leagues, the competition brings a lot of people together. I mean, football and music is one of the most vibrant things that can make violence go away. Well, I attended Mona High School. It was a good time there. When one of the best moments for me playing in the Morning Cup for Mona was going into the Walker Cup semi-final and playing against a lot of the top teams. Well, I'm not playing football. I like to chill with my friends. I mean, my friends, they are the ravers. I mean, I like to chill with them. Well, my attribute to the football, my game is scoring goals. First, I'm a calm defender. I read the game very well. I'm a good passer of the ball. Well, my dream job is maybe promoting, maybe keeping big events, keeping parties. Nikoi Williams, Harbour HVFC, my 90, stand up for your strike.
The NBA is back on the home of champions. Celtics at Bucks, Thursday 8 p.m., 9 p.m. ECT on Sportsmax. Nuggets, Warriors, 10:30 Thursday, 11:30 ECT, Sportsmax. Bucks, Nets, Saturday, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. ECT, Sportsmax 2. And the Heat and the Spurs, Sunday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT, Sportsmax, your destination.
And heading to the break, or next My 90, another Harbourview man, Romario Campbell.
Romario Campbell, Harbourview Football Club, attacking midfielder, My 90. It means everything to me. Football makes me happy. Football almost gives me everything I got in my life. So it means everything to me. I've been playing football from age 6. My inspiration for playing football is my bigger brother, Anthony Pete. He gave me the inspiration from a tender age growing up. I always used to watch him playing Morning Cup, Major League, Super League, and Premier League. In where I live, football means everything to the community. It brings joy to them, happiness, and give the community vibes. I used to attend Norman Mall High School, Knowledge for Service, one of the best high schools in Jamaica. When I'm not playing football, I'm mostly be on my phone, surfing the net, talking to my teammates, or sometimes I'm playing video games. I'm a very attacking player, like to dribble the ball, like to create passes, and I can kick free kick also. In the future, I always like to be an entrepreneur. Romario Campbell, Harbourview Football Club, attacking midfielder. Red stripe, My 90, stand up for your strike.
Williams turns well. Still Williams. Oh, the return pass. Oh, Williams, this is a brilliant goal for Humberland. What a build-up. And Humberland are unsung in Effortville. Scott dejected. Coach Dookie happy. What a sequence of passes there from Humberland. And the fine finish. Great pass here to Morris. Morris's shot. Oh, well saved by Amal Knight. Fine effort there from Ricardo Morris, who usually favors his left foot.
That will be a good option for him.
Here is Harris. Harris making his way inside the box. Still Harris! Yes, he's done it! Visional Harris! The little magician sends Arnett Gardens further ahead.
Pull it coming from that right leg.
gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Wanna pour them a singing anthem. Red stripe, watch out. Man, shall I be the forward boy? Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Top down we run him marathon boy. The Red stripe Premier League champion boy. Yeah, yo.
Getting ready for the second half here between Mount Pleasant and Harbourview. It's been a testing night so far for the home team, Harbourview. The Mount Pleasant team looking a lot more assured and a lot more assertive in the game. It hasn't told yet on the score sheet because, as you can see there, we've seen no goals. But the Harbourview defence has been the busier of the two defence lines, George.
Yeah, so far so good though for Ludlow Bernard and his team. They've been compact. They've depended on individual defensive brilliance at times or defensive stodginess to get them out of trouble. And the Mount Pleasant boys will believe that they should have scored in the first half, but no mind. The second half is still to come. These were crosses from the flank positions that the Harbourview defenders did not defend particularly well, especially on this occasion. Beckford allowed to get 3 touches at the top of the 18-yard box. Luckily for the Harbourview team, his shot flashed wide, but that was just an example of how Mount Pleasant was able to put those crosses in early, and the Harbourview defenders allowing the Mount Pleasant men the space to take shots on target. So far the goal hasn't been breached, but if they continue doing that, you believe that the St. Anne team could find one or more in the second half.
Yeah, from all indications, no changes here at half-time. The teams will go into the second half with the same roster that started the game. Of course, Harbourview making 5 changes to the team that started in their 3-0 loss to Tivoli last weekend. Beckett, Staple, Talbot, MacDonald and Noseworthy in for Romario Thompson, Neal, Timur Lewis, Quesa Chong and Javon Bosco. And Pleasant also making several changes to their roster as well.
It would be harsh to criticize Harbourview in the state that they're in.
So as Harbourview get ready to battle, there's Norman Campbell, their main striker and most potent player because of his speed and his dribbling skills. Just briefly in this fixture, causing some problems here for Mount Pleasant, but we have to say hasn't been sustained, this threat from Norman Campbell.
To the front of the stadium, pass by and get your samples.
About to have the kickoff on it, Shane Nation with the whistle. A leading referee in the local football landscape at the moment. Benvo goes wide early. Rodney. McCullough. Good aggressive challenge there from Anglin for Harbourview. His pass is cut off. But here comes Campbell now. MacDonald. Oh, just almost as if he wasn't sure what to do.
He wasn't. Howell was to his left asking for the pass. He didn't give it to him.
Beckford gets away. Trying to find Benbow in the middle. But Nikoi Williams blocks the effort and may have just hurt himself there with the effort, just flexing the knees.
Yeah, approached him with caution, Nikoi Williams, because he didn't want to go too far forward and be beaten by a turn of pace. Just close the space enough to be able to effect the block if Beckford wanted to cross early. That's exactly what happened. Very good reading of the game from the veteran defender.
Jordan Fletcher, very good kicker of the dead ball. He has 4 or 5 blue shirts in the box, waiting. Header on goal, off the post, another rebound, and McCullough, 2 bites at the cherry, can't squeeze the ball in.
Wow, the left back doing that damage, well, potentially on that attacking play from Mount Pleasant. Really good header he won. Look at him climb.
Yeah, he was
alert enough to catch the rebound as well. Unlucky for him that he didn't score there.
Very good from Chambers though. Blocked it with his leg. The second effort, the follow-up effort from the shot off balance as McCullough was, that was heading goalwards.
Yeah. Talbot. National under-20 and under-23 Olympic player as well, Talbot. Staple. Campbell. Good skill from Campbell, but it doesn't find the target, that pass. Hall looking for Beckford there, didn't find him. McDonald, delightful pass in. Campbell gets to it, but he's knocked off the ball.
Excellent pass to Norman Campbell. And then what about the defensive effort? Just a shoulder nudge to unbalance Campbell as he took that on the chest. And then he was then crowded out by a combination of two defenders and the goalkeeper. Good football all round.
Rodney for Mount Pleasant. Richie. Ling. Harding does well for Harbourview at left back again. Jabari Howell. Has some room here, Howell. Campbell goes wide. Oh, that gives Staple a lot of work to do, but Staple does well. Campbell with a header on goal. No Harbourview man able to get a proper shot off.
What a cross by Staple. I had given that up. I thought he wouldn't have made it. But excellent. It was hanging. It was curling away from the defenders. Harbourview should have made more of that.
Good firm header off by Staple. Campbell turns well. Chance here for Harbourview. Campbell's effort blocked though by Isaacs, who has the ball now. McCullough. Lang. McDonald putting the chase on. Isaacs. Long ball, giving Hall a lot of chasing to do here. Referee awards a free kick to Harbourview because he rules that Hall fouled Staple.
Good start to this second half though.
Both players tugging there, but Hall's shove maybe the most pronounced, or the more pronounced. Ricardo Campbell. Ladale Ritchie. Beckford. Benbow. Oh, delightful pass through. Hall! Brilliant save by Chambers. Hall may have been a little sluggish in getting his shot off, but take no credit from Chambers, who was alert in goal for Harbourview.
Wow. The defenders didn't read the pass, but the goalkeeper certainly did, and that was excellent from young Chambers. Very, very good. Keston Hall, mind you, took forever to make up his mind where he wanted to shoot. But look at this defense-splitting pass from Benbow, from Cardinal Benbow. And the goalkeeper, it was, who read the danger, got out there quickly. A no-look pass from Benbow. Did the defenders with the eyes, looked one way, passed the other way. What a chance.
50 minutes in, and Mount Pleasant mounting another attack. Leng trying to get through there. Harding. Richie penalised for a foul.
Peter Gould's expression never changes, does it? Whether his team is leading or trailing or level. Always that slightly worried look. Did I leave the pot? Did I leave the stove on? That kind of look.
Sean Daly and Basco warming up there for Harbourview. Collision there between
Nosworthy and Ladale Ritchie, with Nosworthy hurting the big centre half. That takes some doing. There's just been a scratch.
Yeah. Hand in the face.
But I must tell you, I've been impressed with him so far, Lance. He hasn't been afraid of the physical battle, the physical challenge that has been posed by the two rugged Mount Pleasant centre halves, Troy Nosworthy. Seems comfortable holding the ball as well. And looks to have something about him.
Hall to Benbow. Benbow being chased there by Anglin, put under pressure, enough pressure to cause Mount Pleasant to lose the ball. There goes McCullough now. Leng.
Took so long to control that ball.
Yeah. Ritchie. Campbell. Benbow. Benbow very tricky. But good, solid defensive work there. Prevents him from getting through. I think he's won a corner though.
Yeah, very good from Talbot. Stood up to him. Benbow didn't have any space to burst into. And then the block for the corner.
Yeah, Talbot regarded as one of the best young defenders in the country at the moment.
Yes.
Fletcher with another corner here for Mount Pleasant. To the near post it goes. Howell gets in the way. MacDonald. Still MacDonald. Trying to find Campbell through there, but Kifon Isaacs gets in the way. Now Leng has it. So much attacking talent in this Mount Pleasant team, with players like Benbow and Jordan Fletcher up front for them, and Kimar Bushy-Beckford. But to the credit of Harbourview's defence line, they haven't been able to breach them yet.
It's the kind of game for a Mount Pleasant player that nobody will want to come off. So when the 60-minute mark comes, I'm keen to see what, if anything, the coaches do in terms of changes. Because I can't imagine any of these boys wanted to come out of this game.
Beckett. Anglin. Howell with a strike, but he goes really high. Apologetic too, because he knows he should have done better, young Jabari Howell. He'll turn 20 years old tomorrow. Former Holy Trinity and Jamaica College man. So he's in the last hours of his teenage years. Sean Daly about to get some playing time for Harbourview. Strips his bib. Rodney, robust in midfield for Mount Pleasant. Benbow with a no-look pass to Leng. Leng gives the ball away. Howell now has it. Charged into by Jordan Fletcher, who takes a yellow card from referee Nation.
Yeah, wasn't a cynical tackle. Nothing mean about it. Just covering for Leng's wastefulness with the ball, Jordan Fletcher. Closing down quickly. And yeah, that's still a booking though.
Beckett goes wide here to Staple. Hall gets in the way. Anglin. Delightful pass forward here. McCullough reads it well though. MacDonald. Cross looking threatening. But Leng, as cool as you like, chesting the ball back to his goalkeeper. Harbourview having a lot of the ball now. Here comes Howell again. Again he goes high.
Harbourview's sixth effort at goal, all six from outside the Mount Pleasant 18-yard box. Howell responsible for 3 of them.
Evan Taylor, Daniel Green, Francois Swaby among the players limbering up on the sidelines for Mount Pleasant. A team with a lot of depth. So Howell exits the game. Sean Daly to replace him. Pretty young Harbourview team this. And approaching the hour mark, the high riding team of the moment, Mount Pleasant, are yet to score against the 9th ranked Harbourview. Campbell goes long. Beckford doesn't beat Williams for the header. MacDonald. Campbell. Loves to dribble, Campbell. Anglin. Beckett. Staple. MacDonald. Anglin. Isaacs. Jordan Fletcher. Oh, delightful pass from Fletcher. Here comes Beckford now. Still Beckford. He had passing options in the middle, but wanted to go it himself and lost it.
Never intended to share that ball.
Referee Nations whistle goes.
A violent tackle from Ladale Ritchie, who gets a telling off. Well, Nosworthy rather gets a telling off from the referee. Curiously, it's a Harbourview free kick. Does it look like? Yes. Or is it a throw? Look, this is the tackle. This is Ritchie going across, clattered by Nosworthy, who, as I said, isn't afraid to put himself about.
Yeah.
Excellent outside of the foot pass by Jordan Fletcher. Benbow is to his left. Doesn't want to share the ball. Excellent save by Chambers from live action.
Yeah. I think Beckford didn't see the onrushing Harding coming up to put the challenge on. He just thought he had one to beat. Oh, unfortunate for Campbell that ball squeezed over the touchline. Still looking very, very lively, Norman Campbell, even though we're on the hour mark. And he has done a lot of running tonight.
Love his aggression.
Yeah, but he's that kind of player. Pacey and aggressive. Staple. Goes for goal, does Staple! Just under a metre wide.
Number 7, again, well outside the box. That's the Harbourview formula tonight. That's what they've been told to do by their coaches.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad effort.
Nah.
Kadeem Davis, though, appeared alert to the danger and was right across there in a flash.
No doubt wanted some late bend, Staple.
Well, there were 2 scoreless matches yesterday. UWI against Dunbeholden and Vere against Waterhouse. Harbourview looking threatening, but the final pass not going through. Fletcher has Nikoi Williams to beat. Youngster against the veteran, and it's Fletcher prevailing. Benbow. Beckford. Oh, the first touch by Rodney, not as good as it needed to be, but here comes Kevon Isaac sending it further back. So Mount Pleasant threatening in the attacking third. Starting the play over. Benbow looking for passing options in the middle. Oh, the step overs. Neatly done. Now McCullough.
Nikoi Williams gets in the way, but he does get a lot of distance on the clearance. Free kick to Harbour View inside their own box.
Yeah, there's an altercation, an exchange of words between Benbow and perhaps, well, some supporters down on the right side of the Harbour View defence. So I'm exchanging words with some supporters just now and was distracted for a bit, even as play was going on. He needs to focus on the field, Cardell Benbow.
Yeah. Anglin's pass is cut off by Leng. Beckford. Fletcher goes for goal. A slight deflection off Nikoi Williams' boot. McCallum. Harbour View players all falling behind the ball. So McCallum didn't have good passing options ahead of him. Forced to play the ball back, which we have seen happen quite a few times in this match so far. Now the Mount Pleasant fans with the Vuvuzelas are getting a bit impatient. A couple of Premier League players in the crowd there, Xavier Virgo and Roniki Anderson. Virgo has been a part of this Mount Pleasant setup. I think had some injury issues and at 34 years old isn't in the current roster.
Daniel Green getting a briefing from David Galloway, the Mount Pleasant FA manager, just now out of your shot. Looks as if he's going to come in, the young number 9.
Mount Pleasant will be disappointed if they don't get a victory tonight, even though a drawn result will be enough for them to take over the lead from Waterhouse. But they've bossed the game enough, Mount Pleasant, to think that they deserve 3 points. Harbour View. Wow, Beckett with an innocuous looking pass across. I think he was aiming there for Norman Campbell. Just skied the ball a bit too much and invited the easy take from Kadeem Davis in the Mount Pleasant goal. But he's been okay tonight. Nicholas Beckett returning to the Harbour View lineup. As we said, only his second game of the season after recovering from injury.
Two changes being made. Evan Taylor is also coming in. So Teagat Davis going to his bench. He wants these 3 points. Won't be satisfied with just one.
And I think from a squad roster standpoint, Mount Pleasant has to be one of the deepest squads in the league. When you have players like Daniel Green and Evan Taylor who can be coming off the bench. Change won't be made yet. Beckett. Kesslon Hall, who may think that his time on the field tonight is about to expire with Daniel Green coming on. Nikoi Williams is cross inside, presents some danger here for this Mount Pleasant team, but they do enough to get the ball away.
Way out of position. The centre half found himself in a left winger's spot. The changes will now be made.
Yeah, so confirmation that Daniel Green will come in, and it's actually Jordan Fletcher who is exiting the game. Yeah, look of disappointment on the face of the 22-year-old.
I told you 10 minutes ago that whomever came out would be crushed. Rodney also coming out.
So Green and Taylor in for Rodney and Fletcher. Of course, Evan Taylor spent several years here at Harbour View as well, so he'll be comfortable in these parts. Beckett does well.
Did you get the Harbour View change, Lance? Nosworthy's out and Basco comes in.
So Basco in for Nosworthy. So some fresh legs on for Harbour View as well.
just about 24 minutes left in the game.
And Basco's first intervention is to get a yellow card.
There is Basco. Young player, only 20 years old, has a couple of goals so far this season. Former Bridgeport Manning Cup player. Here in the 44 shirt. Green. Turns well, Green. Gets away from Beckett. Benbow's cross inside. Looking for Beckford, doesn't find him. They have the opportunity again. Ball headed out by Beckett. Campbell comes out to help in defense. Evan Taylor can't get by these youthful Harbourview men, and now Campbell is on the prowl on the left. Campbell's strike straight to Davis on the near post.
Yeah, good positioning by the goalkeeper, making it look easy. I always say the positioning of the goalkeeper is 7 out of 10 for me. Right on the money, Kadeem Davis.
But look how quickly Campbell, because of his speed, was able to shift in a position to get room to shoot. Anglin, Harding. Oh, he gives the ball away. Now Leng has it. Leng's pass threatening. The header on goal over the top. Kamar Beckford on the far post. They just didn't get the proper header on.
What a chance. Big cross from Latroy Leng. Mount Pleasant have been using that tactic all night long. The cross from deep, the cross from early, the cross from wide. And needed a better header. That was a chance. A player of his ability ought to have scored that. Excellent chance.
And he is in good goal scoring form, Kamar Beckford. 9 goals in the last 8 matches for Mount Pleasant. That should have been 10 in the last 9, and 12 for the season. Only Dunbeholden's Dean Andre Thomas has scored more goals than Kamar Beckford has so far this season. Corey Burke and Colorado Murray with 11, like Beckford has. And the Dunbeholden strike man leads the pack. McCullough gets the ball away eventually. Staple to McDonald, whose cross inside isn't a bad one. Benbow, Beckford and Harding fighting for possession. Referee Nation has seen something.
Yeah, Beckford saying he got struck in the face. I've been really impressed with how Nicholas Beckett has carried himself through this game for Harbourview. Second game for the season. Everybody else fully fit out there. He way behind, and he has nursed himself through the game. This is what happened. Yeah, an elbow. That must be painful.
Yeah, but the competitive spirit of Kamar Beckford, he didn't even appeal for it. He was still interested in going for the ball. Paul Teagut Davis taking over full coaching responsibility after the sacking of Donovan Duckey early September.
I was making the point about Nicholas Beckett, Lance, and that's where experience comes in. Often you hear experience spoken about and not defined. Experience is knowing that you don't have to sprint. If you know which spaces are yours to cover and you're anticipating, you're watching what's happening and you're reacting.
Isaacs with a cross inside. Tafar Chambers getting the header out, and the ball crashing into the chest there of Ajani Talbot. The goalkeeper is hurt as well, Chambers.
Almost as if 2 Mount Pleasant men got in each other's way. Beckford and Benbow just now brave from the Harbourview boys, putting their bodies on the line to preserve this clean sheet. This is the ball played over, not the best. The goalkeeper comes to punch, doesn't get much, hurts himself right there. And oh, excellent from Talbot. went for the header but got struck in the face by the ball. But that's what centre halves have to do. Well, that's what defenders have to do. Put the body on the line to keep that clean sheet.
Yeah, very brave there though from Tafari Chambers in going for that one, because he did have to climb over the bodies of a few other players, including one of his teammates, Talbot. 18 minutes remaining now, and Harbourview still in the hunt for a result against the high-flying Mount Pleasant. New coach Ludlow Bernard taking over from Damien Stewart, who was sacked last week after just 10 games in charge. His results not that much different from the coach who had been there before. Howard Cephas starting off the season, Gregory Bartlett taking over when Cephas stepped away. And in the 10 games, 6 losses for Damien Stewart, 3 wins and 1 drawn result. Now it's Ludlow Bernard's job to continue for the rest of the season.
Or until such time. Referees are asking who was jostling, who was being naughty, and his assistant just passing on some information to him. Does he brandish a card? No.
The cross is a threatening one. McCullough, as he's wont to do, gets the header on.
Foul on the play. Talbot again. We've gotten 2 blows to the head in quick succession as we look at one of the Jamaican footballing legends, the dreadlocked Alan Skill Cole. Arguably, they say, the best footballer Jamaica has produced. And that's some claim.
Yeah. And people who feel that way strengthen their point by suggesting that he was recruited to play in the Brazilian league back in the, I think, late 60s, early 70s.
Yes.
A league that wouldn't normally be interested in Caribbean players. That was Peter McDonald trying to slide through, but knocked over. Some interest there from the coach, Luddy Bernard.
Corner.
Don't think that was a foul though.
No, it was a tackle. A good tackle. The ball was won by the defender. Played through by Norman Campbell, and just as he went, it was a deflection. Richie made clear, pulled out of the tackle. The centre half, they look at him right here. Just a little step, but he really eases out.
Yeah. So corner to Harbourview though. Harboring thoughts of pulling off the upset win. Second corner of the game for Harbourview. Richie lost it for a moment. Handball. Norman Campbell just using his arm there to assist in getting control of the ball. Harbourview with a couple of second half substitutions here, still looking sprightly here with just 15 minutes remaining. Chambers top of his 18-yard box, collecting and averting the danger.
Apart from his first intervention when he came from across and dropped it horribly, hasn't put a foot wrong to Tafari Chambers.
Yeah, he's done well. Foul on Green.
Mount Pleasant fans paying for a card.
Yeah, big Nikoi Williams there getting in the way of Daniel Green and Evan Taylor, who is usually pretty adept, just sliding balls into the box for goal scoring opportunities. Does it here. Beckford tries to head on goal, doesn't get the header off, sets the ball back for Hall, but Harding reads the play well and intercepts. Harbourview looking for the quick counter attack, which didn't quite come off.
Too many of those balls to Norman Campbell tonight have been misplaced. Turns on the Jets and running away from the centre halves, and the ball has really been accurate. This is when he must miss Romario Campbell.
Yeah.
Who would be sure to find him with many of those passes from deep.
Yeah, Romario Campbell not on the Harbourview roster tonight. Bent low to Green. Oh, Green tries to slide the ball to Hall.
Nikoi Williams, vastly experienced, cuts the play off. McCalla. Isaac spalled by Beckett, free kick to Mount Pleasant.
First late challenge by Beckett Hall. Well, not first, but not
one
many
of the
late.
few.
Yeah, one of the few. Really played well tonight. Keston Hall's chance, if Mount Pleasant fail to get the win, Lance, will be the subject of discussion on the Mount Pleasant team bus back home to St. Anne.
Yeah, I would think so.
Mount Pleasant fans getting excited. Evan Taylor preparing to deliver this one inside. Norman Campbell goes back to help out in defense. So every single Harbourview man at the moment behind the ball. 3-man wall set up.
What will Taylor choose to do here? He's going for goal.
So why didn't Kevon Isaac strike it then if that's the plan? Well, Taylor wants it. Goes for goal straight into the wall. So the Harbourview wall does the job. Lang. Wide here to Benbow. Whistle on the play, free kick to Harbourview just outside the 18-yard box.
I don't know if you want to call him one of the banished few from the previous coach, but John-Luca Levy warming up for Harbourview and exciting the crowd just below us, Lance.
Yeah, a player that has some pretty high rating. One of our finalists pre-game suggested that he's a quality player who he has time for. Of course, was on the Jamaica under-22 squad as well. So, from a national perspective, he's seen as a player with quality.
Yeah, crowd favorite here.
Will not have that much time to show it if he comes on, because we're in the 7th to 9th minute now. So by the time he gets on, it will be probably less than 10 minutes remaining in the game.
Given the form that Kimara Beckford is in, Teagat Davis would have wished it was he who got that chance that Keston Hall had and missed, although Teagat Davis will then look at Kimara Beckford and said, well, you got a header at an empty goal.
Yeah. So the fourth team that he's been associated with, Kimara Beckford.
Offside
call against Keston Hall.
Lovely pass though, but Hall's run mistimed.
Yeah, Hall one of the crowd favourites at Mount Pleasant though, because he was one of the original Mount Pleasant players that helped them qualify for the Premier League. Mount Pleasant qualifying in July of last year, along with Dunbeholden into the top flight, and Jean-Luc Levy now getting his final instructions from coach Lottie Bernard.
You would mean July of 2018?
Yeah, 2018. Basco, the substitute, holding the ball up, but it's Mount Pleasant with the throw. Less than 10 minutes remaining now. Isaac's pass cut off by Beckett. McDonald. Staple. Can't keep it in.
Oh, poor.
Disappointing.
Yeah. Crucial that, well, curious that, well, not even that, brave that Ludlow Bernard is making an attacking change at this point of the game. He has a point in hand, and Nosworthy, who I think has put in a good shift, the young forward, hasn't scored. Well, it's actually maybe to McDonald, who also has put in a good shift.
Yeah.
Has worked hard, and he's making an attacking change at a time like this. Still trying to be positive, Ludlow Bernard. Has one, but wouldn't mind three. But I'm sure would prioritize the one. Meanwhile, for Mount Pleasant, they may get desperate in the next 2 or so minutes as 90 minutes draws closer.
McCalla. Basco, Anglin, Levy. Good touch by Levy, his first touch, a precise one. Campbell fails to hold it. Coach Bernard looking frustrated. Campbell stepping, penalized by referee Nation. Free kick to Mount Pleasant, deep inside, or well, close to the top of their own half. Green under a lot of pressure from Campbell.
This is the joy of youth, or the benefit of youth. Norman Campbell is running as if it were the first minute of the game. Boundless energy from the young man.
Yeah. Benbow can't keep it. Excellent passer of the ball, Levy. It's one of his strong points in the game. May not be blessed with a lot of pace, but his touches are certainly good. Basco tries to do too much there. Whistle.
Needs to tread carefully. He's already on the yellow card, Basco. So he can't be giving the referee in the lip. And he's being summoned, being given a stern talking to now. Just needs to cool it.
Just got his arm in the face of Ricardo Campbell there. Taylor to Ladale Ritchie. Talbot, Toro, strength in the central defensive zone for Harbour View tonight. Green under some pressure. Harding nagging with his consistent tackling. Benbow doesn't get by Staple.
Seems to be running out of steam. Cardinal Benbow hasn't been as bright in the last 7 to 10 minutes as he's been in the previous segment of the game.
Pretty stiff wind now across the Harbour View Mini Stadium. Ladale Ritchie, good defensive header. Away for a throw. Leaving. Beckett, no Harding. Corner awarded.
Yeah, Benbow just taking in some fluids just beneath us, so really feeling the pace. Has contributed, has expended a lot of energy in this game, Cardinal Benbow, so it's understandable if he's a bit fatigued right now. Trots back to help his team defend. But can Harbour View pinch it? Can they take the 3 points? Can they score right now?
Just to the top of the 18 that one comes, so not the best of corners there.
Whatever the result, Ludlow Bernard can't be critical of this bunch. They've really battled for him tonight.
They've lost 3 of their last 4 matches before tonight, Harbour View. The only one they won in the last 4 would have been their 1-0 victory over Portmore on the 29th of December, which, all things considered, wouldn't have been a bad result. Portmore, one of the best performing teams in the second round of the Premier League, which ends tonight. In fact, they posted 7 victories, Portmore did, in the second round. The only other team with so many victories, Mount Pleasant FA.
Yep, the champions picking up steam.
Taylor to delivery toward the penalty spot. Nikoi Williams gets the header there and gives up a corner. But I can tell you that was a vital header. I think the ball was heading for Kimar Bushy Beckford.
Yeah, he was just waiting to lap it up. Nikoi Williams has been big tonight for Harbour View.
Yeah, Beckford was just there waiting for it. Corner to Mount Pleasant. Less than 4 minutes of playing time remaining. Mount Pleasant hunting what would be their 13th victory of the season. Already the winningest team up to 21 rounds. A bit of a bobble there between the Harbour View defenders, but eventually they get the ball away. Nigel Stewart appears to have enjoyed his Christmas.
Here I was fighting not to say anything about it, and he just had to go and do it. And they say I'm the bad guy.
Harbour View on the attack. Whistle.
And our director who gave us that shot, he also enjoyed his Christmas.
Oh, he did?
Michael Spielberg Edwards. Wow.
Beckett's pass is a bit short. Anglin. Basco under some pressure. Oh, excellent skill from Basco. Oh, then he spoils it. Gives the ball away. Long ball. By Taylor finds Benbow. Harding tracks Benbow. And it's Talbot that gets in the way.
That's the pass of the game from Evan Taylor just now. Tremendous, bending it into the path of the runner. Didn't have the break stride and knew from the shape of it that it was going to drop and come back to him. Excellent.
Maybe the game isn't so hot after all.
Baby's just tired.
We're in the final minute. Again, I don't think there will be a lot of time added on for stoppages because we haven't had many, George.
No.
So this is heading for a 0-0 scoreline, unless one of these teams has some drama for us in the final seconds. Campbell. Levy. I saw the intention there, but maybe just a little bit too much weight on the pass.
Yeah. Just deflected it into the path of his runner. And as he said, just too much.
Harbour View looking to end the game here with a flourish. Here comes Campbell. Three minutes added on for stoppages. Levy. This pass. Aiming for Staple. No corner.
Campbell went across early. Now, for a moment, I thought he was going to take a nibble, but he's so experienced, Campbell. There he is, just standing his ground, and yeah, that's not a corner.
This Harbour View team, they've worked really, really hard tonight.
Yeah, really have to give them credit.
Yeah, I know the fans may have been disappointed that they haven't scored yet. And time for that to happen is dwindling. But they're up against a solid team in Mount Pleasant tonight. And given their recent woes and their position in the point standings, taking a point from a team like Mount Pleasant may not be that bad a result for them.
Difficult man of the match call, but I'm leaning towards someone in yellow because they're the underdogs and they've held the favourites 0-0.
Talbot has been solid in defense for them. Harding, especially in the first half, was a tower of strength as well. Here comes Harbourview on the attack. Oh, delightful pass across. Campbell, can he get a shot off? Campbell! What a goal! Norman Campbell strikes his 4th goal of the season. And you'll have to think that Harbourview has snatched it here on 92 minutes.
The goal has come in Fergie time, lads. There is no way back from Mount Pleasant, you would think. It all came from a very enterprising dribble late in the game. Lost control of the dribble at one point. This is the ball coming forward. Excellent pass by O'Neill and Harding. We just said he was our man of the match, but maybe he has to move over and give that award to Norman Campbell. What a finish off the left foot. But that goal owed everything to O'Neill and Harding's driving run. And then Norman Campbell has been reluctant to shoot off the left foot all evening, except at that point. Faced up Laniel Ritchie, who has been tormenting him all game. Shifted it. And yeah, 1-0 Sweet Princess, Simon Croskin would say. Good evening, Simon, wherever you are.
You know, we've spoken all night about how confident Norman Campbell was all day. We spoke to him 3 hours before match time, and there was this smile and this composure on his face that he was in for a big night tonight. And you can't deny him that. That was a perfect finish. What a play from O'Neill and Harding, who set the play up for him. Harding has had an outstanding night here, and he has set up the assisting goal for Norman Campbell for Harbourview to snatch an outstanding win here for new coach Lottie Bernard. A result against the odds, against the most impressive team of the second round, Mount Pleasant, but they haven't been able to end the second round with the victory that they had expected. 2 minutes into stoppage time, Norman Campbell, the 20-year-old former JC Starman, gets the deciding goal that wins it for Harbourview tonight. There's your final score. Harbourview 1-0 over Mount Pleasant. We'll be back shortly with the match highlights and the post-game show.
Say one bag of gold medal pan me now. Red stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem to. Red stripe, watch out, watch out, watch out. Man, shall I be the forward boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run him all again boy. The Red stripe Premier League champion boy, yeah yo.
The 1-0 scoreline here with the Harbourview defeating Mount Pleasant by 1-0 and repeating the win that they had over the Mount Pleasant team back in September in the first round. And what a result it was for this troubled Harbourview team, who changed their coach last week, and are in a position now where they can challenge for a playoff spot. Let's go to those highlights now. Kickoff under cool conditions here at the Harbourview Mini Stadium. Mount Pleasant on the attack early. Tafari Chambers drops the ball in goal for Harbourview, but Sula McCalla for Mount Pleasant unable to finish the rebound, dragging the effort wide. But that was a lot of what happened in the first half of this game. Mount Pleasant on the attack. Anglin with a strike from distance. The youngster, only 18 years old, from Kingston Technical High School, high with the effort. Mount Pleasant, one of their many attacks on goal. Beckford shrugs off the effort from Staple, but his right-footed shot goes wide of the target. There's Staple putting the pressure on. Beckford a little bit off balance, but gets the shot off, but it's wide. Leading scorer for Mount Pleasant this season, Kimar Bushy Beckford. The corner onto the post from Sula McCalla. Gets the rebound, but Chambers stands tall in goal for Harbourview. He had a very good night in goal, Tafari Chambers. Close call there as Mount Pleasant chased that go-ahead goal, which in the end didn't come. Here's another Mount Pleasant attack. Brilliant ball played through by Benbow, but Keston Hall fails to beat Chambers in the Harbourview goal. Chambers also outstanding for this Harbourview team here tonight. Hall just a little bit slow in getting his shot off, and Chambers coming through. Here comes Beckford. Again, the foot save from Tafari Chambers. One of the many attacks on goal here from the Mount Pleasant team tonight, who were dominant in many ways. Harbourview on the attack. Here comes Staple, drives one at goal from distance, and that one doesn't miss the right upright by far. The ball delivered through by Norman Campbell, the dummy from Bevito MacDonald. Kadeem Davis going across goal to ensure that the ball didn't threaten his goal. Here's Beckford with an opportunity at goal, but he heads over the crossbar from the Latroy Leng cross from way over on the right. So Mount Pleasant had their opportunities. Chambers again brilliant as he punched that one away. Bit of a collision there with his defender Talbot as well. Beckford's effort blocked by Talbert's face. So Harbourview hanging on for dear life. But here is Orlin Harding striking the ball to the left for Norman Campbell, who just swivels, gives himself room, and slides a firm left-footed shot to the far post. And Kadeem Davison, the Mount Pleasant goal, has no chance. Campbell gets his 4th goal of the season, leading scorer here for Harbourview, and what a way to win it. 2 minutes into stoppage time, Odilin Harding with the defense-splitting pass. Harding at left back for this Harbourview team had a brilliant night tonight. And he sets up Norman Campbell with the goal that decided the game. 4 attempts on target for Harbourview. Mount Pleasant only had 2 of their attempts on target. 31 fouls in the match, most of them to the Harbourview team. Look at the possession game. Mount Pleasant 59% possession, but they weren't able to make the important statistic tell. Harbourview 1-0 over Mount Pleasant. And the man who provided Norman Campbell with a winning goal, Odilin Harding, is with George Davis as the man of the match.
Thank you very much, Lance. So Odilin Harding is with me. Odilin, this is your award for the man of the match. Congratulations. Tell me about the run deep in the game. Where did you find the energy?
I don't know where I get that energy from, but it's a natural thing for me. Up and down, simple thing for me.
You had a very good game, very busy in the first half as Mount Pleasant attacked down your flank. But tell me about how you enjoyed the game tonight.
Well, I think we put out a good shift this week, so we just came here for the 3 points and that's it.
You have Mount Pleasant again on Monday, more of the same?
Exactly, no difference.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Odilin Harding there, our man of the match, with the assist late in the contest. Mount Pleasant effectively scoring in Fergie time. Paul Teagat Davis walks into the shot with me now. Coach, disappointment?
Yes, a bit, because, last minute of play like that, you don't give players so much room, We get a lot of chances we should have take away in this game, but football like that. But again, Premier League, an experienced player don't give players like that those chances.
You defended them well for the bulk of the game. In fact, we counted 7 shots that they took, but all from way outside the 18-yard box. They couldn't get close to you. The one time they did, they scored.
Yeah, that's a lapse again. I'm the experienced player, in the box, you mark like a tighter, you don't give room like that. And when you give room like that, that's what happened.
You return in 7 days to do it all over again. Are you going to engineer? You're hoping to engineer a different result?
I'm not hoping. I'm going to do it.
All right, then congrats. Well, not congrats. Better luck next time.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Paul Teagat Davis there, gracious in defeat as his team leaves with a 1-0 defeat. Ludlow Bernard, I said to him off camera that they're going to refer to him as Jesus Christ now because he comes when Harbourview is in trouble and he delivers them. We were saying that the team had performed well to take a point, but then they popped up and they gave you 3 points, Ludlow.
Yeah, the substitutes did it. I kind of pride myself in this game because we came with plans at various phases and stages in the game. And then when we saw the game got to like 70, 80 minutes, we said now is the time that we needed to do something because they were kind of faltering a bit in midfield. And then we just put on Luca Levy to just add that little impetus in there. And we shifted up the formation a bit. And then our left back did brilliant. First time he's using his right foot.
There you go. The goal scorer, Norman Campbell, played very well for you all night. A young man, very aggressive, very assertive, trusts his pace, and he gave you the 3 points.
Yeah, he's my go-to man. I tell him all the while that he's my linchpin. So I depend on him and I demand a lot from him because I think he has very good quality. But this is just the first step. We're not going to get carried away. We're going to enjoy the night, and then it's back to work again tomorrow.
All right, congratulations, Ludlow.
Thanks for your time.
Ludlow Bernard there, the coach of Harbour View. All right, so this is done. Don't forget that Red Stripe Football Mondays comes back next Monday, right here, Harbour View and Mount Pleasant. They'll do it all over again, Monday, 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. ECT. On behalf of the production team, I bid you farewell from the Harbour View compound. A Fergie time winner from Norman Campbell, giving Harbour View, the home team, a 1-0 win over high-flying Mount Pleasant.
Red Stripe, Premier League. I miss one bag of gold medal pan me now. Red Stripe alone champion boy go. Pan a pour them a singing anthem. Red Stripe, watcha. Banshella me the forward boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy score. Every goal winner run from boy. Red Stripe Premier League champion boy now. Back down we run the marathon boy. Them wish I never made it that the champion boy fan. Now man I done a songsters boy. Red Stripe.